Hey everyone, welcome to another of Adam's Reviews. I am Adam and this is my review. And today I have two separate USB microphones that I'll be reviewing. One is the CAD Audio Zoe and the other one is an MXL Studio 24 USB. And it's going to be kind of a USB shootout between the two of them. And right now I am using the CAD Audio Zoe in case you want to know exactly what it is that I'm recording with. And then later on I'll be switching over to the MXL Studio 24. But first of all, I kind of want to go over some of the features of the Zoe. The nice thing that I like about this is actually the base on it. The base has this nifty little built-in tripod that you can unscrew and use with any standard microphone that you have, as long as it has the standard microphone threads on it. These are all USB microphones, so they're pretty much all plug and play. You just plug them into your PC and whatever software that you have, as long as you go through the Microsoft recording properties and set that to the default, your software should pick it up and you will be able to go ahead and start recording or streaming or whatever it is that you're doing with your microphone. So the CAD is actually a fairly small, compact unit, which will definitely be attractive for somebody who's on the go. So if you've got a podcast that you take on the road, this is definitely going to be an attractive unit for you just because it's such a small, compact thing. You can actually unscrew the base from the Zoe, and then the feet on the tripod will actually collapse on top of that, so that way it becomes even more compact than it already is. And for the features, it's fairly Spartan. It's got a headphone output on the very back of it, so that way you can have your headphones right next to your microphone. You don't have to worry about a long cord stretching the back of a tower or having to plug that into your laptop. If you have a laptop that you're using to record with, you can just plug it right into the back of the microphone. The only issue is that there isn't any way for you to control the recording output. So that way, if you need to record to adjust your gain on the microphone, you're going to have to do that through the recording properties on the operating system itself that you're using, whether that's Mac or Microsoft. So on the front of it, they actually have the headphone controls, which will allow you to increase or decrease the volume as necessary. And there's also a nifty feature that right in between the adjustment for the headphones is a button that will allow you to mute your microphone. That way you can go ahead and mute it right on the spot if you need to for whatever reason. And when the microphone is muted, it actually lights up, I think it's orange or red. I'm not going to do it right now because I'm actually recording and I don't want to interrupt the recording process. But I remember that when I pressed it, it was either red or orange. And as far as the mic goes, the mic itself, after you unscrewed it from the base, is incredibly light. We're talking just like maybe a handful of ounces. And that's really all that I can come up with kind of reviewing this microphone. You'll be able to hear how it sounds yourself and how that compares to the other microphone that I'll be using here in just a second. I think that as far as the appearance goes, it's a very attractive looking microphone. I like the color scheme where it's got the nice white body to it with a silver finish on top where the windscreen is and the pop screen. And it's got a nice little anodized blue accent that goes around it, and it's got some nifty logos that are on there. And as far as functionality is concerned, I think that it works just great. So if you want a low-cost microphone that sounds good and is portable, and you can actually use the base with other microphones, because what I'm going to wind up doing is I'm going to unscrew the base and stick this MXL Studio 24 USB onto the base just because it's so dang convenient. And yeah, so let's go ahead and compare that to the MXL Studio 24 USB here and see how it sounds and how it compares to that. Okay, so one of the things I wanted to mention before I move over to the MXL Studio 24 mic is that the CAD Audio Zoe makes a big selling point of this track mix chip, and it's supposed to deliver precision headphone monitoring. So what I did was I went ahead and plugged my headphones into the back of the Zoe and played back some of what I had recorded, and then I plugged my headphones into my Mackie Onyx Blackjack USB interface and played it back again. And honestly, I don't notice any difference whatsoever. So if you're looking at that and thinking that's a selling point for you on this product, you might want to take that in consideration. I don't notice any difference at all, so I wouldn't consider that to be a selling point. So bear that in mind. Okay, so now I am using the MXL Studio 24 USB microphone, and as I had stated I was going to do, I went ahead and mounted this to the stand that the CAD Audio Zoe comes with, which I just found incredibly convenient. So the differences between the two of them as far as the features are concerned is, one, the MXL Studio 24 is a much larger mic. I mean, when I go ahead and compare the two of them together, the MXL Studio 24 is probably almost twice as high as the Zoe CAD is, or the CAD Audio Zoe is. And as far as how the diameter of it is concerned, both of them look like they're about equally as wide. So the MXL Studio 24 is a much larger microphone, and it's also a heck of a lot heavier, so you're getting a microphone that's going to have a lot more mass to it. And whether or not that's a good thing, I guess it really depends on what you need to have your microphones for. If you're going to be moving a lot of these around, then obviously they're going to add up with regard to the weight. If you need to stay light, then maybe the Zoe might make a little bit more sense for you. But if weight is not a concern, then the MXL Studio 24 USB will probably, in my opinion, it sounds a lot better than the Zoe CAD. And with regard to the features, the MXL Studio 24, instead of having a headphone adjustment on it, has a microphone adjustment on it. So you're going to be a little out of luck if you wind up starting to record something that's really, really loud that's getting sent through your headphones. You're going to want to go ahead and have your some kind of an ability to get to your headphones, the adjustment real quick, whether that's a volume adjustment on the headphones themselves or access to your laptop or your PC or whatever device that you're using to record with. So one of the things that the MXL Studio 24 USB lacks that the CAD Audio Zoe does have is the ability to go ahead and mute your signal. The CAD Audio Zoe, as I mentioned, has a button on it that you can go ahead and mute it, whereas with the MXL Studio 24 USB, you're kind of just left hanging out there. You're going to be recording everything that comes through it, regardless of whether or not you want to, because you can't mute it on the fly. You have to go ahead and just edit it later on, or wind up capturing whatever it is that you have and just dealing with it. Oh, and one of the other things that I do like about the MXL Studio 24 USB is that there is a power indicator on it. And I'm not saying that the CAD Audio Zoe doesn't have a power indicator, but because it does. When the Zoe is on, there's actually a little green light where the button that you mute with doubles as a indicator light to let you know that it's actually on as well. But on the MXL Studio 24 USB, inside the actual windscreen, there's a small little, I guess it's probably an LED that's back in there somewhere, that has a little red indicator letting you know that your microphone is on and working properly. So that way you're just not wondering whether it's working and having to rely on just, well, I don't know, it might be powered on, it might not. It'll be powered on and lit up, so that way you definitely know that you are recording something. On the side of it, it has a gain control for the microphone, and one of the things that I have noticed between the CAD Audio Zoe and the MXL Studio 24 USB is that the MXL Studio 24 USB is incredibly hot. And I don't mean hot as in, ow, you touch it, you burn yourself. I mean as in the output on it is really, really hot. The CAD Audio Zoe, I had to go ahead and go into my recording properties on my computer and turn it up all the way to 100 to be able to adjust the output on it to an acceptable level for my recording software. With the MXL Studio 24, I went ahead and just left it as it was and started to play with it a little bit, and immediately noticed that I was just clipping like crazy on it. I had to slide it all the way down to 0 gain, and then go on to the actual MXL Studio 24 USB microphone and turn the gain down on that as well. So if you have a weak signal, the one thing that you're going to get out of the MXL Studio 24 USB is you will be able to pick that signal up, because this is one hot mic compared to the CAD Audio Zoe. For something like a portable studio where you need to pick up and go and you need to have like the ultimate small compact system, the Zoe would probably work a little bit better than the MXL, because the MXL is significantly larger. But if quality is what you're going for in the audio signal and you're not too concerned about going with something that's a little bit bulkier, then I think that the Studio 24 USB definitely shines when it comes to the actual audio that you're going to record. And that'll do it for me, and I will see you guys next time on another of Adam's Reviews.